This is Jarrod Horak, and in this video, I'm going to analyze the Pocahontas Stakes at Churchill Downs on Saturday, September 13th. This kicks off the Road to Kentucky Oaks 2026 Points Race Series, and I do these Road to Oaks and Derby video series each year. So for the Road to the Kentucky Oaks 2025 video series, I went 15 for 30 with my top choices with 4 runner-up finishes and 5 show finishes. So I had a 50% strike rate, and I showed a flat bet profit. Let's see if I can better those numbers this year. That's a high bar, but I think that I'm going to give it my best shot, and hopefully maybe we can even hit at a higher than 50% win rate. And let's start out with a winner here. The first Oaks Points race is the 6th race, and it is the Grade 3, $300,000 Pocahontas, 2-year-old fillies, 1 mile around 1 turn on the main track. And the scheduled post time is 3:21 p.m. Eastern Time. And I will give out my contenders from last to first. And the horse that I picked to finish 7th is the 3, Taken by the Wind. Kenny McPeek is the trainer. Irad Ortiz Jr. is going to ride. This is a $20,000 daughter of Rock Your World, and she began her career in a 7-furlong sprint at Saratoga. That race was originally scheduled for turf, run at 7 furlongs on fast dirt. That was a maiden optional claiming $75,000 event. And in that August 21st event, she stalked the pace from 3rd. She won by 3 lengths at 13-1 odds. So that was a solid debut effort for her. But now she's going to jump up, and we're going to see if she's going to be able to jump into the stakes ranks. But this isn't the toughest stakes race. We do have some maidens in this race. They're lightly raced horses, and they're going to be sorting themselves out. This is very early on the Road to the Oaks. They want to see if these are stakes horses, if they can go a distance of ground. There's a lot we're going to learn, which surface they want to run on. So for these lightly raced horses, I go with Taken by the Wind as my 7th choice. And my 6th choice is the 1, Starlit Sky. This is a daughter of Connect. George Weaver is the trainer. Tyler Gaffleone's going to ride this one, and she's a maiden after 3 starts. Her first start was in the Slop. That was an off-the-turf event, and she was 4th in a 9-horse field, and she was the favorite that day. They put blinkers on second time out. Stretched out to a 1-mile turf race, and she chased from 2nd, and she weakened. She finished 6th in an 8-horse field. Last time out, firm turf at Monmouth, a 1-mile event, and she was able to finish 3rd, beating the length, and she was 9.5 lengths in front of the rest of the field. Now she's going to have to run faster on a different surface to be competitive in this spot. And the horse that I picked to finish 5th, that's the 4, Joke Maker. And this one has only run 2 times, and she's still a maiden. And her career debut was 5 furlongs at Horseshoe Indy, and that was on July 5th. And she rallied from off the pace. It was a 6-horse field. She rallied from 6th. She finished 2nd, beaten a length, and she was 4 lengths clear of the show finisher as the beaten favorite. Second time out, Ellis Park at 6 furlongs. She was 5-1. It was an 11-horse field, and she broke 11th that day, and then she ended up rallying to finish 3rd. Now, the top 2 finishers there ran 1-2 all the way around the track, so that wasn't a bad effort for her, and I think that she could improve in here. She did improve her speed rating last time. She's going to have to improve it again to compete with this group. The horse that I picked to finish 4th in here, that is going to be the 5, R2 Girls, Kenny McPeek trainee again. This is his 2nd runner, and Brian Hernandez Jr. is going to ride this one. Good jockey trainer team here, 26% wins together. And they teamed up with the 10-1 upset with this one. That was at 6 furlongs at Ellis Park. That was on August 2nd. And for this filly, she broke 8th in an 11-horse field, and she stalked from 3rd, and she won nicely by more than 2 lengths. So that was a good, solid debut effort for her, and she earned an okay speed rating, enough to be competitive with this group. $165,000 Keeneland sales grad. And for this one, she was her dam's first starter. Good start to her career, and she's been working out at Churchill Downs, and we'll see if she can go a little bit better in here. She did win the debut, but she's going to be stepping up in class. So will she be able to step up and win this event? But as I said, we have some maidens in here, debut winners, so we have a lot of different things going on here. Surface switchers, very lightly raced horses. But we're going to be learning more about them as their careers progress. The horse that I picked to finish 3rd in this race, that's going to be the 7 from the outside post, Embrace the Moment. And this one could be the one to catch because Embrace the Moment earned strong pace ratings in her debut. She went 22 and change, 46 flat in her 6 furlong wire-to-wire debut at Delaware Park on August 28th, earned a decent speed rating. She wasn't a secret that day either. She was 40 cents on the dollar. So they bet her down, and she ran accordingly. She won by a length and 3/4. So she's going to come back fairly quickly. She ran on August 28th. This race is on September 13th. So coming back in a little more than 2 weeks. And for her, probably the one to catch from that outside post. If she shows the same kind of speed that she showed in her debut, she could be the target. The horse that I picked to finish second, the 6, Dazzling Dame. And for this one, Luis Saez is going to ride for trainer Brittany Russell. And Brittany Russell, 27% wins for the year. High percentage trainer based in Maryland. And this horse is a Maryland bred and began her career in a Maryland bred event from the inside post, 5.5 furlongs at Laurel Park on June 27th. And she pressed from second. She took over the lead, and she won by more than 5 lengths as the betting favorite, but that was only a 4-horse field. Second time out, she stretched out in the Sorority Stakes at Monmouth, a 1-mile event. She was the favorite there, again the inside post, and she was able to take the early lead, and she was just able to go all the way that day and win by 2 lengths. So a good start to her career. She's 2 for 2. They paid $45,000 for her. She's already earned $87,000. She's a daughter of Gervin, and I expect her to be right up on the pace, but I do expect Embrace the Moment to be setting the pace, and I'm expecting Dazzling Dame probably tracking the pace from second and trying to get that first run. And my top choice in here is going to be the 2, Miss Complicated. Now, she's one of the maidens in this event, and she's ran well both times out, though, and she was highly regarded in both races because she was the favorite both times out. 5-furlong debut at Churchill Downs on June 25th. She pressed the pace, and then she was battling head and head for the lead, and she finished third, beaten a half length. That was a 10-horse field. Not a bad effort in her career debut. The Ellis Park second time out, 6 furlongs. And that was an 11-horse field, and she had post 3, and she broke 11th that day, and she was one that was rallying from last. And she did finish up nicely to finish second. And she was the only one really making up ground in the stretch. I thought that was a good effort considering she dueled in her debut. She was right up on the pace. Then second time out, she had that slow start, and she was able to rally from last. Even though she's still a maiden, she's shown the ability to be close to the pace, and she didn't fold and give up when she had a slow start last time. She rallied, she passed horses, so that's a good sign as well. She's going from 2 sprints, from 5 furlongs to 6 furlongs to now a 1-mile event for trainer Ian Wilkes. And I think that she's one that maybe is a little bit better on paper. Maybe she shouldn't still be a maiden, but this is a good spot. I think realistic spot for her in this stakes event. I said it's not really a stakes race because you have just a lot of unknowns in this event. And the only stakes winner is the 6-horse in here. And I think this filly has a decent shot to break her maiden in this stakes race. And you do see that fairly frequently. You'll see maidens, especially 2-year-old maidens, breaking their maidens in stakes races. We saw that with Sovereignty in the Grade 3 Street Scent Stakes, and he would go on and win the Kentucky Derby in Belmont and the Travers this year. So maidens can win, especially these 2-year-old maidens, these stakes events, especially early in the season. So my top choice is Miss Complicated in this first Road to Kentucky Oaks 2026 points race. And that'll do it for my analysis of the Pocahontas Stakes. And if you're interested in my full card analysis, I'm going to be offering full cards Santa Anita Park Autumn Meet, September 26th to October 26th, Del Mar's Fall Meet, and that's going to be running from October 30th to November 30th. Plus, I'm going to be doing full cards both Breeders' Cup days on October 31st and November 1st. You can find my full cards at therunawayhorse.com on my shop page, and I will include a link to that shop page in the video description below. And you can also get my full cards at todaysracingdigest.com on their handicapping page, on my handicapper page at their website. So that will wrap up this video, and I'll be back with the Iroquois Stakes, the first Road to the Kentucky Derby points race. So stay tuned for that one later this week. And until I see you next time, good luck at the races.